Hi, hey. Hello, our good people out there. Are you ready for some
Hello,
more?
good people out there.
Yeah, listen to sexy sweet lips right there.
You
Giving your
live
his sexy on right there, giving y'all his sexy
there.
moment.
Yeah. Coming in through your window. That's me.
Or your door.
Or you, I like windows better than doors.
Oh my bad. Well, it could be the chimney. So if you
Well,
have one, let them know. Let them know where to come.
these muscles don't fit down the chimney.
Oh, my bad.
Like
My
that.
bad. Trying to play sweet lips like that. Sorry. How you guys doing out there? How are you all doing? Hope all is well. Hope you guys are ready for some more what? Marriage information, marital discussions. And hey guys, and whatever is working for you and you do not mind sharing it because sharing is caring, let us know. Call
Yeah.
in. The number will be on the bottom. So just call in and give us your take. And how long have you been married?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
share your information if you want to. Share, your
Yeah,
experience. We
yeah.
like to hear from you.
Yeah, are there anything that went on that you survived without going into, you know what I mean, a bunch of detail?
Yeah.
But how did you manage? Like, how did it survive?
If you need one-on-one advice, give me a call. Come on around and help. I'll help out. That's what I'm here for. I care. I want to help in any way I can.
Guys, I was ready to go and get our disclaimer, but let us say it again. These are our thoughts that we are sharing with you.
Yeah.
We are
Sense of
by
humor,
no
sense of
way
humor.
therapists,
Yeah.
psychologists, or anything like that.
Nope.
If you have problems in your relationship, we do suggest that you seek professional help. Professional help.
Professional help at all
This is just
times.
our opinion
Our
on
opinion,
things based on our
our
experiences
experience,
and
and our
what we
opinion
have
counts.
read across the
Sometimes
map.
we know what we know. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes you can't
sometimes.
afford a professional. Come on over to our place. We'll just give you advice and try to help out.
Yeah, we'll just tell you what we think. We'll just give you our
Yeah.
expressed opinion. But let me tell you right now, whatever we discuss here, do not go home, do not go in the next room and say, well, Sweet Lips and Sledge said, you're
Yeah,
no
no, no,
good,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
no good, you're
Yeah,
no
don't do
good,
that.
baby,
We
you're no
ain't about
good.
breaking up no marriages, no. No, we
Yeah,
give you our
yeah. It's
advice.
just we just yeah,
Yeah,
we're just telling you from a different point of view. That's what
point of view.
we're
Yep.
just bringing it to you from a different point of view.
But we
So
being honest.
yeah,
We being as
we're just
honest
giving
as we possibly
yeah,
can.
exactly. So I mean,
And honesty hurts sometimes, but hey, you rather somebody be honest with you
but if
than
you
you
still
know.
end up in divorce court, I'm gonna cry for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel bad.
I'm gonna say, if he still
Yeah,
leaves, you know what I
yeah,
mean? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right if he leaves.
But
You know.
do not try to put this on us because we're just
Yeah,
expressing our own opinion.
don't put it on us.
Yeah,
Just
we're
don't.
just
Just don't.
now. If we was helping out a little bit, and you feel like we helped and it was
Yeah,
good,
we'll take the
that's
glory for that.
stars. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just shoot some stars this way.
Some stars. We take about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stars.
Whatever,
Whatever.
is
As long
good
as it's
with
over
dog.
1 star. Gotta be over 1. We don't do 1. We do like 2s. 2s and 3s.
Yeah. And hey, on to the point 101, stars are welcome on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel. So if you like what we are doing on YouTube, you can subscribe. You can subscribe to the point 101.
Yep.
Let's talk about it. Okay. So just putting that out there.
Yep.
Now let's continue on. Okay. Because I know that some of you guys are sitting there just waiting, like, man, what's next? What's next? Because this is really help it. And I can see the point. I can see the point. Okay.
Mhm.
That's all you need to do is just see a point that's going to benefit your marriage together. That is the whole idea of a marriage. It's just a lovely thing. But hey, everybody wants to get married, but it takes so much commitment.
That it
So
do.
much commitment, so
That
much
it
work.
do.
It is a give and take. It is a 50-50.
And if it didn't work out the first time, keep trying. Keep
If
trying.
it didn't work out the first time, let me just tell you, this is just my point of view. If it did not work out the first time, try to look at yourself and not try to blame, because it takes two to get you there. Look at yourself.
No
Work
blaming,
from
yeah.
within
No
yourself.
blaming.
Work on yourself
Yeah.
and say, what did I contribute to the downfall of my marriage? Now,
Which
oh, he
naturally
cheated on me.
you
And
will
yeah.
blame each other or one another. Blame is gonna come. That's just
Yeah.
a human thing. You gonna blame. Oh, it's how. But meanwhile, when you really sit down and think about it, it was something you both overlooked. And because it takes two for this to go. It's something you both.
And a lot of
overlooked.
times, also, sometimes when you just rush into something,
Yeah. Oh, that's true too.
it's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're just destined
Yeah.
for the disaster.
Yeah,
And sometimes, some people get married when they're so young because they just think, oh, I just turned 18 and I love him and I want to marry. And you know what I mean? Sometimes age, maturity,
yeah.
it all plays a factor.
And then sometimes
And
you
you
get married at a young
family.
age and it turned out perfectly. They can get married at 18 and they've been married for 30 years.
Yes, some. But that's what I'm saying. Maturity, you have to.
We don't want
you
to
have to
discourage y'all
grow.
like everybody fails. No, some
No,
people do.
yeah,
and
some people
don't.
work. When you put that effort, when you really love someone
Yep.
and you have eyes for no one but that person, it will work. It will work. It will work. But I would like to say though, if you just build that foundation, if you just really build that marriage on the foundation of God, of Jesus, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you bring that in, you're just not looking at your own goal. You're looking at what is pleasing to the Lord, and you want to please Him. And
That you do. But to a point, because sometimes we know that's why we tell you the truth here. There's two sides, and sometimes it all depends on each individual is different.
Yeah.
Because there are people that's within the Lord and been married, and they did not work.
Listen to what Sweet Lips
It
say.
did not work.
And
So
they
we
still
don't want to
cheat.
we don't want to make it seem like, oh well, if you do this and you believe in God, sometimes it did not work.
Yes, exactly.
It did not work. No matter, I mean, it just didn't. And you have some people that believe within God, believe within church, and maybe they don't look into themselves. And meanwhile, they've been married like 3 times. 3 times. It's like, okay, well, you didn't fix yourself before you started doing this again and again and again. Because, it all depends. Because I know some people that actually are so into religion, and which is a great thing, but still, for some reason, cannot get that marriage part together.
Because they're taking things for granted.
I think
They're taking it for granted.
I think what it is that it has a lot to do with also the way that you are. Because see, you could be spiritual, and then you can get with someone that just not as spiritual as you are.
Yeah.
They there, but not as there as you are. And then meanwhile, you figure, okay, well, this can work because I met him in the church. Whatever. So it seems like everything went, but then meanwhile, when you do that and get married because you want to be together, then you realize they are not as spiritual as you are. And it just didn't work.
A lot of times in that church, it'd be the sheep in wolves' clothes. They just there just for whatever. Because to me, and I'm not knocking the church, but let me tell you something: the biggest hypocrites are in it. The biggest hypocrites are in it. The pastor that's preaching to you about doing wrong and sleeping around, They damn self. So you know what I mean?
So everybody's different.
Yeah,
That's why I said we don't clump it all as one. If you do, no, it all depends on each individual. And there's some, and I want to say this because I do know, like I said, from experience, I do know people, plenty of people. Sweet lips don't make this up. I'm telling you from the heart. I know plenty of people that opposite do attract because they are very, very well churchgoers. And meanwhile, the husband or the wife is not. But yet they've been together for years and they work for. Not saying that he or she don't go to church with them. They do, but they just not all that. And but yet that marriage works out. Because as long as you have that certain vows that they have when it comes to believing in God, marriage, all that, that can work. You may not go to church 7 times a week like I do and do the Bible study and all that,
right.
But you at least go on Sundays and and you still have that spiritual vibe. It works. And that's something, you got to think about that. That's why they say opposites attract sometimes.
And that's something that we're going to, that's another one of our later discussions too. We have a lot for you. We have a lot for you. We have a lot for you. I'm telling you, 2024, these relationships will be strengthened. These marriages will be strengthened. They will survive. And then we got to come back in 2025 and hit this lesson again. Going to do that. Now, let's continue on just ways okay. So also, and like I said, I want to just start it by saying it again. Building a strong marriage is crucial for creating a lasting, fulfilling relationship. Now, I'm going to give you some key points now, where you will hear some of what I said before. You will hear it again. Now, building a successful marriage requires both partners to be committed. You will hear us say it over and over and over because I really want it to sink in. Both partners have to be committed to each other's well-being. It's important to communicate openly and active listening, show empathy towards your spouse's needs and feelings, seek to understand each other's perspective. And that is something, again, that's going to be the give and take there. If he says, oh, well, I believe in this and I believe in that, and that is my spouse, I need to take that into consideration because we are a team.
That's true.
We are a team. It cannot be my way or the highway. So whatever his inputs are, whatever his ideas and his suggestions are, whether I like it or not, there's a compromise in there. Yep. And you have to learn to compromise. It cannot be all about you all the time.
I compromise all the time. I don't mind. I really, truly do. I compromise all the time because, I'm about, I want whoever I'm with to be happy.
Bingo.
I want them to, because when they're happy, I'm happy. And then when he or she is happy, there's peace within your home and in your relationship. You can't go wrong with that. You just cannot.
And let me just say this too. And the one that is willing to bend a lot, like he's willing to bend a lot. You know what I mean? I try to accommodate, but at the same time, the flip side to that is do not always look to take advantage of someone that's willing to bend. Don't try to take advantage of that. Don't.
Right.
You are heading down the wrong road, and sometimes it will backfire on you.
Yep. We see it all the time. We see it all the time out here. Even growing up, we've seen it. You could take advantage and be like, oh well, he or she. Let's say he.
Yeah, he's gonna be okay with it.
My husband. He always let me go hang out with my friends. Because he wants you to be happy. Oh, go to snap. But then you start taking advantage of that situation. Then you start taking him for granted, and he realized, like, okay, hold up. I mean, you just going overboard with it. You're like, oh well, that's because he wants you to be happy, but that don't mean you just go run amok all of a sudden.
Yes,
Now
do not.
it's to the point that you're never
Do
ever
not.
home.
That will backfire.
Yeah,
that will
you just
backfire.
don't. You
Don't take things for granted.
Yeah. Oh.
Sometimes you know that he's willing to bend. You know what I mean? He's willing to accommodate. He's willing to sacrifice. Sometimes you do the sacrifice.
That's right. Yeah,
Sometimes you
that's
do
right.
the sacrificing.
Oh, that's right.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That is a relationship killer right there. Find ways to keep the romance alive. That's so important.
Yeah.
That is so. You know why it's important to me? Because a lot of times, how we met a person and what made us fall in love with that person, like over the years, things start to change. But you need to remember what drew you together and try to keep that part of it alive. You are going to, you may lose weight, you may put on some weight, your hair may fall out, you may need glasses later, but those are the regular signs of, you know what I mean, getting old, aging, just growing old together. But try to always remember what drew you to that person. What was you looking at like when that person met you? Because, there are some times that I can just get lazy and be in pajamas all day. And, now some cute ones. So, I just want to wear it all day. And you know what I mean? And then there are times that, I'm like, what, let me just put on something because, you know what I mean? I want to at least still appear to be sexy.
And see, that goes back to what the sister said. It's about taking people for granted. Because he or she don't mind. That don't mean they don't care. It's important. It's still important. They're not saying nothing because they don't want to cause a problem. Like, hey, but they look back and say, "What? You could try to at least do this. You could try." You don't do it anymore because you start taking that person for granted. Like, well, they ain't complain. So, but then if they do complain, you'll take that wrong. So, what are they supposed to do? They just want to keep the peace and not say nothing at all. But you should know. You should know, man or woman. You should know when you think. And in your heart, well, I ain't do this in a while. Oh, I don't do this anymore. Then you put forward and you do that. That's the way that should go.
And it's just compromising. Yeah. It's just, a thing of, what, but, and to me, the key is listening also, because if I'm constantly saying, hey, honey, let's go to a movie. I know you don't like going to a movie, but I'm asking you, let's go to a movie. Sometimes just say okay. Say okay. Mm-hmm. It should not be each and every time. No, and then I say no. Then I say no. Hey, look at here. Because if your friend, that's when you start throwing innuendos and insinuations. Now, if your homeboy calls and said, let's go somewhere, you ready to go. But if I say, you see how you can just dead that and kill that and take the, let that,
take the hint of a romantic moment. A lot of people look past that because I guess they take it for granted. You go out, he may take you out to dinner, you may have a great time, come back home, this is that. That to me is a romantic moment. Instead, you just, oh well, this and that. And then he or she may be looking like, wow, I thought maybe this would be a romantic, sexy night, and it just turned out to be and that's where you have to stop to think. Am I doing something wrong here? I mean, he made the gesture, or she made. This is the moment for us to be intimate,
hop on it.
But you just overpass. Like, okay, well, that was a good movie, and so anyway, it's like, wow, okay.
And then the second thing is, if you know that person let me just say me, for example. Now, there are things that would drive crazy in a conversation. Like, I can talk about really anything, but then my husband everything is Trump this, Trump, and that drives me up a wall. It's like, look at here, when it comes down to politics, we do not agree on anything when it comes down to politics. So stop having conversations that right there, I will not bend because I don't like going into that conversation because it always leads to an argument. I'm not a Trump supporter. He is a diehard Trump supporter. I'm sorry. And we do not agree on anything. So with that being said, I really, now you want to see me get ticked off. Tick that would right there would tick me off. All the conversations that we can have, we are not having one about politics because we agree on nothing when it comes to politics. So the things that you know that can cause uprising in your marriage should be what you should avoid, not keep bringing,
Yeah,
like,
that's true,
don't
yeah.
keep coming to me and you want
I
to
agree.
talk about, what he did, what he said, and you know what I mean, because doggone well I am going to just go left because there's nothing he can say or do that I would look and say, oh, he's right.
That's
No,
understandable.
right there. So those are the things that you should not do when you know that it'll cause an argument. If you want to argue with me, find something else to argue about. Because if you keep bringing Trump, now I'm just looking at it like, hey, so you want to play like that, eh? Hey, so it looked like you want to fight today, okay? But I'm just saying, though, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And so we did talk about healthy communication, and effective communication is essential. It's essential in any relationship, and it's important to communicate openly and honestly with your partner, expressing your thoughts and feelings in a respectful manner. Now you see how the difference. Like the first time when I mentioned about the healthy, communication, like I did not bring in the healthy way, a respectful way.
Mhm.
So that's why I said a lot of times we will mention it again, but something is being added. Okay, for the ones that be sitting out there like me, like didn't she say that already? No, see, I just hey, look, I'm saying it because I know how I feel and I know what I would be
Yeah.
saying myself.
Yeah.
Like, well, how many times is she gonna say that? But see, we're adding things are being added. Listen, put on your listening ears, okay? All right. Now, active listening. Now, see, when we spoke about healthy communication, I did not bring this point in. Um, Avoid defensive behavior. Avoid it. And that's what I just spoke about. When you know doggone well that we do not agree on politics, and then you come in, now you mad because I said the man's a lunatic, and now you want to argue with me like he a relative of yours. Don't do that. Don't that is a relationship killer. And being willing to compromise are all key components of healthy communication in a marriage. And again, the intimacy, and I know that I spoke about the intimacy before, but then listen, because I just added some new gems in there. And this is what Sweet Lips was just speaking of. So listen. Intimacy, physical and emotional intimacy are vital aspects of strong marriage. Making time for intimate moments, both physical and emotional, can help deepen the connection between partners. It's important to communicate openly about your desires and needs, as well as to be responsive to your partner's cues and signals. And Sweet Lips just brought that up about capturing that moment when that moment arises. So it's very important to listen for the signals. Now, trust and commitment. We spoke on trust and commitment. We're going to speak on it again. Trust is the foundation of any successful marriage. Both partners should strive to be trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Building trust involves being consistent, keeping promises, and being transparent with each other. Additionally, maintaining a strong sense of commitment to the relationship, especially during difficult times, can help fortify the bond between partners. And that's why I said, when it seemed like there's something going on, don't you come up in Shaquiqui bed and then you over here with the brother from the fifth floor. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Those are the relationship killers. Now, by focusing on relationship advice, marriage tip, healthy communication, intimacy, trust, and commitment, couples can work towards building a strong and lasting marriage that will withstand the test of time. Remember, every marriage is unique in its own way. So it's important to tailor these principles to fit your specific relationship dynamics and individual needs. So those are some of the just the unique things that you can do to keep that relationship going, keep that fire going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compliment each other constantly. Create your date nights. Stay on the same page when it comes down to your children. And to me, what I did
think
not
we're being
read.
shy to talk about intimacy because
No, you
just
can't.
don't-
You
they
can't.
just don't.
You can't.
It's like
You
there's
can't be
nothing
with
wrong
somebody that
discussing-
long and then you sitting over there acting like you scared to go, to say, you know what I mean? I just need your mouth watered down a little more, whatever. Like say it.
And think outside the box. That's
Yeah.
what makes things great. Think outside the box. Not just
Yes.
the same old thing. Think outside the box.
Exactly. And like buy something sexy and nice to spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? And even if you a guy,
Tear down a curtain, make something, anything.
He said tear down a curtain and make
Hey, I mean,
well, that's true though.
anything. I mean,
but that's true.
You got to.
That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Jesus, you have
That's
to.
true. Go put some fruit up in there and eat it out. Do
anything.
what you gotta do. Like do something. Like do something. Stick it in some Jello. You like Jello.
Because
do something.
And here's we going. I'm gonna say, that's where the problem comes in. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. That's what people always talk about in relationship, intimacy, and when how they say there's no more flame in the fireplace, and they figure someone's looking elsewhere. Well, if you don't want that to happen, make sure
that's right.
You are on that when it comes
that's
to
right.
your spouse. Make sure because honestly, when you're together, married or not, each other, man and woman, that's your job. To please each other. Your job is to keep each other happy. That's what you got married for. Because this is all I want right here. So then you have to do that.
But then you know what? Like, and then you also have to prepare for what a lot of people don't prepare for is that there will come a time when sex is going to be completely out the picture.
Yes.
It should not.
Yes.
Like it should not be
so
something that
you that because it's true.
It's that sex comes right out the picture.
I mean, it's just amazing. I'm telling you, when you research it, you have men and women in their 70s and 80s that still
some
got romance. It's like that's
it's because
like, wow.
Some doctor done told them about some Viagra and they know doggone well they shouldn't be having all those chemicals in their body at a certain
bottom line
time.
Is that they're still trying. They still love each other that much that they're willing to go that extra mile.
Right?
Why not? It's like this is us. Why? I mean, and that I think that's a great thing.
Let me tell you something. And I'm just speaking for myself.
Oh boy.
I'm speaking for myself. When I hit my 70s, if I'm asked to do anything sexual, I am going to be at the top of the divorce list. Because let me tell you something. At some point, I done did all I'm gonna do, all I want to do. I do not want anything on me. I don't want anything dripping, hanging. I do no. At some point, stop this mess. We just gonna hug. That's all we doing is hugging. Like do that. Let me tell you right now, I'm not gonna be one of those ones sitting there 80 and 90 years old after like, no, we are not going to do that. I'm telling you right now, it is not happening. So, It's just not gonna happen. I just like, it just, I don't know, because maybe I'm taking age and blocking it out. But at some point, let that thing just lay down and sleep. And at some point, let this thing just dry, let this cave just dry up and just be a cave, because it's like, no. We are not living in the old biblical days where they start having kids at 300 years old and 100 years old. Get that thing away from me. What they said on Monsters Inc.
Oh.
Put that thing back on, so help me.
Wow.
No.
But
no.
I just think it was a blessing that if you can.
It ain't gonna be no blessing. At some point, stop moving. Hang it up. And just be all together. And no, not when you dead. If you just still sitting there and you no, don't even move, don't dance that way, don't do anything. Like, just stop it. And I'm just speaking for myself. Put that thing down. As a matter of fact, I don't even want you getting no ideas. I want you to sit down and pee. Don't even stand up. You should start getting all these ideas.
Wow.
Just stop it.
That's for some people out there.
And I'm going to be one of them. Sweet lips, you keep talking about a few.
Let me give you my point of view. Let me give you mine. If you can, then continue on. If you can't, it's understandable. But I don't know. I don't even think that far ahead, really, because I feel that there's more to it than that. That's just my opinion. Like I said, those that are blessed to still do it, hey, I don't knock it. Those that's not, oh well. But it's just part of the human emotion.
It is part of the human emotions.
And I just feel like, hey,
is that little Richard that said, keep on knocking, but you can't come in? No.
If you can, then you can. If you can't, you can't. It all depends. And you're right. It comes a time when, but just think about it. You will know when that time is. That's why I say those that's out there that's
I'm going to plan for my time.
That's still active in that way. That's because their body's letting them know. I mean, I still can. And that's a blessing. It's a great thing. And those that can't. Ain't no knock on that. I feel there's no knock on that at all. I mean, hey.
Well, I'm not looking. I'm not.
That's like eating raisins. Raisins are good. They shrivel up, but raisins are good.
Oh my God, the thoughts.
It's. Oh man.
So that's the difference.
Okay.
It's
okay. Hey.
No, no. I'm just saying no.
Oh.
Because let me just tell you why I'm just saying no. Because, some men are different than women. And then, as a woman, when you think about, using and, you want your thing to look cute. So, you start shaving and waxing it. I end up doing that. It's over. Let it die. Let the cat say meow. What time? when that cat say meow, it is over. Morris only had 9 lives. No, we done. We are not doing it. We're not doing it. We just not. All right. No. And let me tell you something. And 9 times out of 10. And this is just statistic wise, and you can just look it up and see. Okay. But according to the statistics, well, the last time I read them, a man will lose that drive before a woman would lose hers, because he starts before her. And so, a lot of times the woman, ladies,
it depends.
Ladies, at some time, The cat has 9 lives, and when the cat is done, it's done. And if you want to, go ahead. But me, oh no, because I'm tired of making things look cute, and you know what I mean. And
Hey,
I
they don't
just
make pills for nothing. They make it for
no,
all
no,
ages.
never mind. You see, it's just easy for a man. You know
But they
what I
make it for
mean.
women too.
No, but
things
I'm
they make are for
saying
men and
we
women.
like to manicure our lawns a little more, and so it's just not gonna happen. You know, you just be looking at some couple and you just be thinking, oh, that's cute, and it's like, well, hopefully they just still just holding hands and they just not. I know. Get your hands off of that. Anyways,
Yeah, we gonna go
let's just keep on moving on. The part of the healthy communication. Okay, the healthy communication is when you hit 65, y'all should start talking about seek professional help. You do not have to take. They'll take the
65.
advice of me.
Oh,
Don't
speaking
take.
of still want to be in good health. And good
Okay,
shape.
let me tell you something. At some
I'm gonna
point,
try
you just
be in
have to
good health and
stop.
good shape.
At some point,
I'm just
because
talking
you
about
know,
physically.
you
I still want to be able
you
to just
can
work
be
out. I want to be able to do certain things.
right,
you know?
because there's just some women, they just look, you know what I mean, and they still ready to go. You know what I mean?
Hey,
But I'll be ready to go to sleep. We just not going we not going to even discuss it anymore, because even the thought. Now, so we spoke about healthy communication. Effective communication is essential in any relationship. And we spoke about intimacy, and physical and emotional intimacies are strong aspects in a marriage. Um, take 10, take 10, take. Okay, and so we talked about the trust and the commitment. Trust is the foundation of any successful marriage. Both partners should strive to be trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Building trust involves being consistent, keeping promises, and being transparent, and focusing on relationship advice. So, guys, those are our keys for you. We'll bring you some more back later. And hopefully this is really helping someone, because these little things are important. Okay.
yes,
This is important, and this is how we as a nation, we're gonna make these marriages last. I'm telling you, we're gonna make these marriages last. Everybody gonna stay where they belong. Everybody gonna work it out. Everyone's going to stay in love. I am telling you, because love is a beautiful thing when you have two people working towards it. Two people working towards one goal. And when you build that strong marriage, it's almost as if you're passing something down to your children.
I agree.
You know what I mean? A lot of kids, a lot of people be like, well, my parents been married 50, 60 years. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, bless them. You know what I mean? So love is beautiful. Love is a beautiful thing. Like, we just need to bring those divorce rates down. People just throwing in the towels way too soon. But we're going to help change that. We're going to help change that. Oh, sweet lips and sledge. We're going to change that. We're going to change it. We're going to change it. We're going to change it. And hey, and we're giving it to you, and we're reading it, and we are applying it ourselves. You know what I mean? There's just things that, we're just reading like, hey, yeah. Somebody should have told me that last week. So, you know what I mean? Don't always assume like, there has to be an ending. It has to be an ending when there is and you have tried everything,
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
physical and there's verbal and there's cheating, like there will come a time
And there's
where
times
you
when
have to walk
when
away.
there's no cheating. There's
Right.
comes a
People just
time-
grow out
yeah,
of
they just
love.
grow out of love. Some people just that's it.
Some people you
it's
just
just
you
not
you
there
will
anymore.
yeah you when you
Yeah.
and at that moment separate,
Yeah.
but do it, you know what I mean, with love and respect,
Mhm.
knowing that you have given it your all and it's just not for you
Yeah,
any
yeah,
longer.
exactly.
And a lot of times it's because, you know, there's a lot of things that add up to that, like the lying, the miscommunication, you know, these things, if you don't heed them, will destroy and disrupt a marriage and any relationship.
It's true.
So guys, that is Sledge and Sweet Lips
I love
contribution
y'all.
for our marital couples out there, because we're gonna work hard 2024 to keep love alive in these here households. We will see you again real soon. Sledge, Sweet Lips. This is my little brother, old sweet little handsome little egghead right here. Yeah, right there. Him. That is Sweet
Sense
Lips.
of humor.
That is so Sweet Lips. And I am who? Sledge. And we will see you guys
Sister
soon.
Sledge.
Sister Sledge. Don't forget to put the sister on it, because that's what the
Mhm.
brother put on it. So that's what you better put on it too. See you soon.